Have you ever met someone who feels like early summer? Warm, but not overwhelming. Light, but not shallow. The kind of person who can sit in silence with you 1 minute, then suddenly turn a dull Tuesday into something unexpectedly alive. If you have, there's a good chance they were born in June. There's something about them that's hard to pin down. They can be playful and serious in the same afternoon. Curious but guarded. Social, yet strangely private. You might leave a conversation with them feeling energized and slightly confused about how they manage to ask so much about you without revealing much about themselves. They don't just talk, they observe. They don't just feel, they analyze. And they don't just exist in a moment. They seem to hover slightly above it, noticing patterns other people miss. So what's really going on beneath that early summer charm? Let's look closer. People born in June often grow up under the sign of duality. Astrologically, June is shared by Gemini and Cancer, one ruled by air, the other by water. Whether you believe in astrology or not, the symbolism is interesting. Air thinks, water feels, and many June-born individuals seem to live in the tension between those two worlds. They are often mentally quick, not just intelligent, quick. They connect dots rapidly, finish your sentences, pick up on inconsistencies. According to research on personality traits and birth season correlations, environmental factors such as light exposure and early developmental timing can subtly shape temperament. Studies on circadian rhythm development suggest that individuals born in late spring and early summer may display higher novelty-seeking tendencies compared to winter births. Coincidence? Maybe, but the pattern shows up often enough to be intriguing. Have you noticed how June-born people rarely stay mentally still? Even when they're sitting quietly, something is happening behind their eyes. They are idea collectors, story absorbers, pattern recognizers. This mental speed makes them fascinating conversationalists. They can jump from philosophy to pop culture without missing a beat. But here's the quiet truth. Sometimes that speed is also a defense. When your mind moves fast, it's harder for uncomfortable emotions to catch up with you. Ever met someone who jokes the moment things get too serious? That can be a June trait. Gemini energy leans toward cognitive processing. Cancer energy leans toward emotional memory. Together, they create people who feel deeply, but often explain their feelings instead of fully surrendering to them. They might say, "I understand why I feel this way," before they actually allow themselves to feel it. Psychologically, this aligns with what researchers call cognitive emotional regulation. Some individuals cope by intellectualizing. It's not avoidance, it's translation. They turn chaos into language, and language is power. June-born individuals often have a natural relationship with words, writing, speaking, storytelling, even subtle humor. Their social intelligence tends to be high. According to research on trait extroversion and verbal fluency, those who are socially adaptive often develop stronger narrative abilities. They know how to read a room and adjust tone quickly. But here's the paradox. They crave connection deeply, yet they guard their inner world carefully. Cancer-influenced June personalities are often described as emotionally protective. Think of a shoreline, open, beautiful, but constantly aware of tides. They can nurture others effortlessly. Remember your coffee order. Check in when you seem tired. Sense when something is off before you say a word. But when it comes to their own vulnerability, they hesitate. Why? Because emotional memory is long. Research on attachment theory suggests that early relational experiences shape how we approach intimacy. Many June-born individuals exhibit what psychologists describe as anxious avoidant blends, wanting closeness, yet fearing emotional overwhelm. They might text you all day, then suddenly disappear to recharge. They aren't inconsistent. They're regulating. Have you ever felt that push-pull inside yourself? That desire to be fully seen, and the simultaneous urge to retreat? June personalities often live there. There's also creativity. A quiet, restless creativity. Studies from the field of seasonal birth and mood variability show that late spring births are sometimes linked to higher exploratory behavior. Exploration isn't just physical. It's conceptual, emotional, relational. They want to understand everything. Why people act the way they do. Why conversations shift tone. Why silence feels heavy with one person but peaceful with another. They are students of atmosphere. This makes them perceptive partners and loyal friends. They can adapt to different social circles with surprising ease. At work, they may appear composed and analytical. With close friends, they soften. With family, they become protective. Different layers. Same core. But there's something else people don't always see. Mood shifts. Not dramatic. Not chaotic, subtle, like weather changes in early summer. Bright sun in the morning, quiet storm clouds by evening. Research on temperament variability suggests that individuals with high sensitivity scores often experience emotional fluctuations more intensely. This isn't instability, it's depth. When you feel more, you process more. When you process more, you need more time alone. And June-born individuals often need that solitude. Not because they dislike people, but because they absorb people. Have you noticed how tired you feel after social events sometimes, even if you enjoyed them? That's the nervous system recalibrating. June personalities are often highly attuned to micro-expressions, tone shifts, and subtle relational cues. Neuroscience research on mirror neurons suggests that empathic individuals literally mirror emotional states around them. Over time, that mirroring can be exhausting. So they retreat. Not dramatically, quietly. A canceled plan. A delayed reply. A long evening walk alone. And then they return, refreshed, thoughtful, curious again. Another interesting layer? Adaptability. Because they understand both logic and emotion, they can shift perspectives quickly. In conflict, they often see multiple sides. This can make them excellent mediators. But it can also make decision-making harder. When you can understand everyone, how do you choose? They may overthink. Replay conversations. Draft texts in their notes app before sending them. Not because they are insecure, but because they care about nuance. And nuance matters to them. They don't like shallow conclusions. They want depth, context, subtext. This is why many June-born individuals are drawn to storytelling, psychology, communication, design, or any field where meaning hides beneath surface details. But let's address the quiet strength. Underneath the mental quickness and emotional tides, there is resilience. A kind that doesn't announce itself loudly. They adapt. They learn. They observe before reacting. That flexibility becomes survival intelligence. In psychological research, cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift thinking patterns, is strongly associated with resilience and long-term well-being. June-born individuals often show this trait naturally. They don't rigidly cling to one perspective. They evolve, sometimes rapidly. And because they evolve, they sometimes outgrow environments faster than others expect. New city, they adjust. New job, they study the dynamics quickly. New relationship, they analyze and feel simultaneously. It's impressive, but it can also feel lonely. Because when you're always adapting, you sometimes wonder who stays consistent for you. Here's the quiet emotional thread tying everything together. They want to feel understood without having to over-explain. They want someone who can keep up mentally and sit still emotionally. They want conversations that wander but land somewhere meaningful. And if they don't find that, they create it themselves. Through books, through ideas, through internal dialogue. So if you were born in June and you've ever felt too much and not enough at the same time, too talkative, too sensitive, too observant, maybe you're not inconsistent. Maybe you're layered. Maybe you were never meant to be simple. Early summer isn't simple either. It's transitional, alive, unfinished. And so are you. If you stand outside in June, you'll notice something subtle. The air is shifting. The days stretch longer, but they're not heavy yet. There's possibility everywhere. Not loud, not dramatic. Just quietly expanding. That's what many June-born souls feel like. They are bridges between thought and feeling, between conversation and silence, between lightness and depth. Sometimes misunderstood, often underestimated, rarely ordinary. They are not contradictions. They are combinations. And maybe the real beauty isn't in labeling them as talkative, emotional, adaptable, or complex. Maybe it's in recognizing the way they hold both sky and sea inside. One body. If this felt familiar, if you saw yourself or someone you love between these lines, stay curious.